Hello, we're going to go through Edge of Eternity today. I only found out about it today. It was a Kickstarter that's now finished. It wanted $44,000, but it got up to $161,000, and it's still possible to add on to that amount. You can go on the website and you can still buy it with access to the alpha and beta, which will then add on to what the Kickstarter had. It got to 6 out of 8, I think, of the targets it wanted. The only things left are a couple of extra characters, summons, and CGI cutscenes. So it was very successful as a Kickstarter. I thought I'd download the pre-alpha demo and go through it with you today. We'll jump a bit further into the demo to showcase actually what's on offer, but first let's jump off this oversized skanky looking cat and go fight some bandits. First of all, you might think these graphics aren't up to next generation console standards, but they are a pre-alpha, and in terms of that, they're not that bad. Music specifically is actually really good. It's reminiscent of the old school JRPGs like Final Fantasy, and there's a very good reason for that. The music's been composed by Yasunori Mitsuda, who worked for Squaresoft alongside Nobuo Uematsu and Hironobu Sakaguchi on games like Final Fantasy V and Secret of Mana. You have the ability to adapt the gameplay slightly in the pre-alpha, and I hope that this continues into the main game. You can see at the bottom right of the screen an ATB system similar to Final Fantasy VII, but you can change it to a similar style, so you can either have it so that when you're fighting the bars carry on going or can stop, and also you can change it to a similar style to Child of Light where you have the character icons on a timeline. You'll also notice that attacks have real-time events for critical hits. This game only has the real-time events for actual attacks rather than magic and other abilities, so it isn't a key point of the game, but you do have to hit the button really quickly and it is quite difficult to do. They have announced that they've been working on a new battle system which takes the ATB system from Final Fantasy that you can see in this pre-alpha, but also allows you to move around a set area of a fighting map in a hexagonal grid. So if one attack needs time to charge up, you can see the path that enemy will take, and you can move around the grid, so move behind them and to get out of the path of their attack. So that adds a different dimension to the fighting system, which kind of uses the nostalgic ATB system of old school Final Fantasy games, but also adds a new sense of depth to the system itself. Another thing they've added in the fighting system is powerful attacks that take time to cast can be interrupted. This will play a key part in big boss battles, for example, where interrupting an enemy and preventing an enemy from casting magic could be key to victory. The cast can be interrupted through physical damage, but also through a set of specific interruption skills which will be available in the game as well. The movement system provides an innovative combat and new tactical dimension, and therefore offers potentially a more dynamic and immersive experience. This will be available in the alpha test, so when the alpha comes out I'll be making a video so you can see the improvements and how this works in game. It's a bit difficult to explain at the moment, but if you go to their website they have videos showing you what they anticipate it will be like. Through the amount that they've got for the Kickstarter, they've also partnered up with Popcorn Effects, which are a French company aimed to improve the visual effects of the game in terms of magic and particle effects. This game already has solid controls and decent graphics in areas and enemies for a pre-alpha, which is quite impressive. Your equipment changes on your character when you equip new things, and the areas like this cave look incredible already. The gameplay is a little shallow at the moment with a lack of many different magic and summons, but for what is on offer, it's very fun. I've played through this demo about 4 times now to try and get a good enough opinion of it so far, and despite a few grammatical errors, spelling mistakes and limited gameplay, this game has a lot of potential and I'm very much looking forward to playing the beta and the alpha. The lighting effects in this cave look cool, and the different locations also look quite varied and interesting. The final game promises a branching story with various paths that you can take that change the gameplay and the story itself, with your decisions potentially resulting in certain characters dying or certain villages being burnt or destroyed, which could have repercussions later on down the line. It also promises weaponsmithing and upgrading, crystal synthesizing to upgrade weapons, and a skill tree similar to Final Fantasy X. Overall, I'm very much looking forward to this game, and please subscribe to keep up to date with Edge of Eternity. I'll be uploading videos for the alpha and the beta versions when they're released, with an analysis of what has changed and improved along the way. And I've also placed a link in the description to the demo itself and to the purchase page in case you want to buy the game while it's still very cheap and to help the game reach its full amount. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.